All right, here we go. Here we go. I will flip that bottom screen for you guys though.
Let's get it flipped. Here we go upside down.
Yeah. I mean, it'd make it difficult. Like it make it difficult for us as well. But I think the easy the easy setup there. So again, last round of the day. Both these players undefeated after 8 grueling rounds, 9-ish hours, and just one more match to end the day here.
Yeah, but this is a point where it does really show a lot of good players, mental fortitude, being able to even though you have played a long day, a lot of long stressful matches, and it's very mentally drained. The job isn't done yet, so you got to try to figure out how to pull that last little bit of gas out of the tank for this one last match.
Yep. Yeah, both players and commentators, and they're getting started right here. So we have the Strabimon in raising, and going from there, we do have the Sora Joe passing 4.
Or Joe to 4, so it is playing the Strabimon that has the inheritable when it attacking if you have a hybrid, or if you are a hybrid in your traits, you gain a memory. So something that's kind of fringe between some players that do play it and don't play it. But passing to 4 with the Sorjo does allow for the Davis to be played. And
Yep.
now probably another tamer, I would imagine. Yeah, you don't really want to play a rookie and then play into the Sorjo, but putting them to 2 with the mat is very nice. You're setting up 2 tamers. You're not going to get choked, and you are setting up to where if you want to go and build up with a hybrid, you have the mat, which is not the most crucial tamer, so you can do with getting rid of it if you have to, just to kind of cycle up or whatever. But they went Kumamon and raising. Digivolving into the hybrid and raising is really only done if you're ever playing like Kendo Garurumon, or you're playing the Strabimon that gets you the memory when you attack. So now they are set up next turn to be able to gain that extra memory, as long as this Madoki isn't there, because that can't stop that. And the Kumamon being digivolved and raising means that the source is also not going to get stripped, so not directly playing into Sorjo.
Yeah, and then passing again back to 1 with another Sora Joe there. So both players respecting that tamer and how much value you can gain across the game. But just sending it back with your own Davis, looking top 3, getting the Korikaku, the only thing you can add, and again 3 to Thomas.
Yeah, this is looking. I mean, they have similar board states, but it definitely feels a little Thomas favored right now.
Mm-hmm.
He has the Madoki out. The Siakomon can come out, which would also prevent Beowulf from really working. And then just has the similar tamers. Going to play the Strabimon. Going to hit Kumamon, and I believe that is Davis.
Yeah.
So probably going to Digivolve on top of this instead of passing with something else. That way they don't gain the Sorjo memory. You can Digivolve on top of this Strabimon here. Get a little bit of cycle. You hit the Kumamon, so you can put that on top, but you probably want to go with something that you don't want to use or save for later, I guess. So the Kumamon is technically going to be better than the Korikaku, but actually just going with the Davis and then passing turn. So I wasn't actually expecting that. Decided that they were just going to full commit playing into the Sorjo. They are ahead to a degree where I think it's okay.
Yeah, but 6 is a lot of memory. You can do a lot of things here, especially when traditionally they may have been locked before because that Betamon is out. So that is a big new turn for Kevin here.
Right.
And again, the Betamon will stop the memory gain from the Strabimon inheritable, but looking like they're trying to Digivolve on top of that. Tommy's swinging with the Kumamon first, getting rid of the source there, getting the card draw.
Get that draw.
And hitting into a Betamon. Okay, that's fine. You don't want more of those hanging around.
Yeah, it's fine. It survives, so it's still on board. Gonna go, okay. Korikaku when Digivolving stuns, and then you can go when attacking to stun the other one. Does have the ability to go into Beowulf here. Siakomon's still in the back, so won't slow down the one to Digivolve, but just gonna go and swing in, survive, so that's pretty bad. Going both the swings and having them both survive is never going to be good for Thomas, because now you have to find a way to clear them, except 2 of your Digimon on board are stunned. You're having to also try to play around Sorjo. There's just a lot going on.
Yeah, and it is a blue hybrid mirror. Sorry about the incorrection on there of the Massimon. I know Massimon finals would be great, but who wouldn't want a blue hybrid mirror? It's where we're at.
Blue base Mastimon.
All right, just passing to 3 there with your
Okay.
own tamer.
So Siako's coming on now. Got 2 stunned. That is a little bit scary with the mat out there now. Gonna go on top of the Davis. Have 2, so it's the least useful tamer here. Strip one of the sources. Man, you kind of want to get rid of the Tommy sources. Depends on what's happening here, because if you can clear the board, then it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
But if you're not, then I think getting rid of the Tommy source is going to be best. Yeah, we're going into the Beowulf here, so this can just clear the board right here. You can swing over one, use the effect to return the Kuma to bounce the other.
Yep.
Which in the end didn't matter which one you stripped. You're just kind of getting that Kiaramon draw.
Yep. So, yeah. Oh, bouncing the
Korikaku.
Interesting.
That is extremely interesting.
Yeah, I would almost say the other's better, but maybe just banking on, you know what? There's more chances to, I don't know.
I mean, there's Tommy on board.
Yeah.
It's just automatically live.
Yeah.
It's a 6K over a 4K. How's the I mean, I guess arguably better Wind Digivolving effect in this scenario. I'd say it's definitely the better Wind Digivolving effect. But hey, Thomas is the one in the finals, so
yeah, we're
you know. But it does feel like, in my experience, that Korikaku is definitely the one that you want to be seeing the least of, because here comes the Tommy. That's going to be into Korikaku. That's a stun right there. You're going to be able to swing and stun another. So Strabi and those Madokis that's just stranded there. Once again, being stunned. Not saying they didn't have another Korikaku in their hand to be able to do this anyway, but you gave them the opportunity to guarantee it.
Yep, 100%. So swing in with the Korikaku, stunning the beta as well, hitting into security, hitting into another.
That's an interesting one.
Sorjo.
It's interesting. That could maybe come in handy. You're just getting really low on security right now is the problem.
Yeah, and if you want, you can set them down to 0 right now.
Right now, because here's the thing. We've seen multiple times today that if you got a Madoki Betamon on the board and enough swings to go for game, that you can just do it. So being low on security with a Madoki coming out next turn is very scary. We're going to need to see something like an Ice Wall probably. Going to strip a source here. Yeah, you definitely want to strip the Siako here. Stripping the source of the Beowulf doesn't really matter because they can't bounce it back. Stripping the source of the Kiaro did matter because it has an inheritable, but it doesn't matter anyway because they have the Sorjo, so they all get stripped.
So does that mean that they're digivolving on top of the Davis to do one more swing, or do you think they're holding off?
I think you hold off because really what you're sitting at right now is you don't need to do any more swings. As long as you just don't lose the game next turn, then you can promote Madoki, swing. It doesn't really matter what you hit, and then you just go for a hybrid on top.
Yeah, so, I mean, you found a hybrid, but it was a Stravimon, so you're really just looking for one more hybrid, which I don't know we
might
know
already be
is
in hand.
but
I don't think we did bounce back one with the Beowulf.
Yeah.
So I think there is guaranteed one.
No, I think that was the Korikaku we already just played there. So
Is it? Okay. So maybe not. It's maybe not guaranteed, but it is a blue hybrid deck, so the chance is very high. There's another Sorjo.
Yeah. So what? Guaranteeing 7 memory next turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 memory. That means Ice Wall does not save you.
The Korikaku, which you can Sorjo. No, you can't stun. Yeah, you should have swung if you swung with Sorjo and on like the first one you could stun it, but you couldn't. So going back up to 3 though. Next security is a Beowulf, so it does
Beowulf, so going down. I just this feels nice, but I don't really know what this is fully accomplishing here because I mean, do you have 3 Hammer Sparks to go for 2 more hybrids on top of these last 2 Tamers to go for game? Because if not, then I think that's just it.
You could.
Oh, Kumamon, but doesn't have the spark. Okay, there's the spark.
Yep.
Okay.
Just the
swing, I don't know.
Intimidation saying.
Yeah, might as well at this point. Might as well just swing, see what happens.
I mean, also like, not for nothing. Ooh, Ice Wall.
Ice Wall. So Madoki says no. Madoki says no.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
To that, but I think it's just over. Go to 7. Innocence Blizzard stuns the Korikaku. We got to strip and stun the source right there. Yeah, so that's stunned, but doesn't matter. You can just swing Madoki and hybrid and
go for there. Yeah. And
Corner
so,
Kakumon.
like, so yeah, obviously, like I think the game was pretty much decided there, but there is the information game too. If you swing into those securities, you can see cards that are in your opponent's deck and be, I have to play around that next game as well. So, if it doesn't take a lot of time, there and you can gain some knowledge from it, I think it's worth doing stuff
Yeah.
like that. But obviously, if you are like on the ropes for time, just go to game two.
I mean, maybe there was one more Hammer Spark in hand, and we were just trying to play around drawing a second one to, like, after that Kumamon and try to go for that 2 hybrids to that last, or 2 sparks to that last hybrid or something. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a lot of swinging, it was a lot of going in, but stuns just were too much on Kevin's side.
Yeah, and so this is potentially the final game of the tournament. Kevin has to get one more win, and he is the champion for the event today.
Yep, we're gonna have to see how it goes. But once again, Thomas has clutched out a couple games already on stream, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. Gonna have to play around that Azulong. It's been extremely deadly.
Oh boy! And yeah, what did the chat say? Chat said Kevin 2-1 essentially on the odds here. So a lot of Kevin fans in chat today.
Kevin fans showing up, and Kevin, bringing it about, trying to bring it home, up
Yeah.
1-0. Winning the first game is pretty big for momentum and things, because even if you lose game 2, you get to choose whether you want to go first or second. So
Yeah.
that can be pretty impactful in itself.
Yeah.
So looking in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, and also just respect for both players, because neither setup seems super comfy, right? I think Thomas looks like he's in like a common area, and Kevin having to sit cross-legged on like a corner of a table so his laptop fits on it at the same time. Like, these people have been doing this for 10 hours and winning continuously. So big shout outs to them and their dedication to this card.
Big shout out to them. This is definitely big shout out to ergonomic chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I definitely took the time back in like 2020 drop some money on a super nice chair, because when you're sitting and you're playing these tournaments all the time, that's part of it. You got to be comfy.
Yeah. Oh, and there's
swing into a Zulong.
Yeah, but when you're
thinking of the clutch factor.
Yeah, when you're gone,
Zulong's a card that most players only play max of like 2 of. So
Yeah.
with one being hit in there, that means there's maybe one left.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously it's been a game winner for Thomas in a lot of matchups today. So just seeing that immediately gone is quite big.
Yeah, it is scary. I mean, I've had some pretty nasty Azulongs in my time. So when you see it go away, and that the likelihood of that going again is pretty low, it does get a little bit sad, because it's sometimes your only comeback mechanic in a deck that doesn't have removal, just has stun.
And then just setting up 2 more tamers, which again, when your opponent only has, is already getting the security hits, is quite intimidating.
Yep.
And no hit. Total whiff there.
There's whiff.
All right. And hatching, going into the
Syakomon.
Jeez,
We're going into Bokomon. 2 Davis, Tommy. Wow, so 4 tamers.
Yep.
Gonna go with the Matt. Okay, so no Davis.
Yeah, but that Boko's really safe too, because there's only Davises on your opponent's side as well. So not
Boko's
too
pretty decent at the moment. No Madoki, no Sorajo. Didn't take the Davis though, and no Davis is set up. So that either makes it, I'm not sure if you, okay, never mind. That answers it. There's 1 in hand, and it's gonna whiff 2 Innocence Blizzards to the bottom.
Oh no, that is his saving grace, which unless he runs 3, which we don't.
A lot of the comeback factors have now been mostly eliminated from the match.
Yeah.
Don't know the full counts, but they are going to be pretty high up there. 2 Innocence Blizzard and a Zulong has a lot of comeback potential.
Yeah, just gone. But it looks like not a lot of gas in the hand of Kevin, though. Even just
got very, very, very emotive. Some players can be very emotive, express it, and in this scenario, definitely showing some emotions on that draw. Just going to go with an Innocence Blizzard pass. So wonder if promoting, because there's a rookie, going to hatch the rookie and then Digivolve on top of it to cycle.
Mm-hmm.
But gonna go ahead and get the Source Strip here on the swing. Siakam on that 3K surviving.
Oh yeah,
Now we're going. Yep, now we're going crazy. Kumamon's going to go ahead, and we're going into a Beowulf, or we're just going to swing and stun.
Yeah.
Swing and stun. All right, so down to 2 security. Howling Memory Boost comes out, which is annoying, but seeing how your opponent kind of just passed turn, you're not really scared of too much. So another mat coming out, and then Sorjo. So, yeah, just gas. That turn was a lot of just go, 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 and it's really going to work out because now you're sitting at 2 Sorjos in a mat, or 3 Sorjos in a mat.
Mm-hmm.
Your opponent has a stunned Digimon that if they Digivolve on top of it, it's going to be kind of a waste of memory to a degree because they have a lot of other things to worry. There's just a lot to worry about. It's one of those scenarios where you don't necessarily have enough memory to be able to deal with all the threats. Innocence Blizzard is going to be able to stun everything else here.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to, I feel like you're going to have to Digivolve on top of the Strabi if you're going to want to not. I mean, your opponent's gaining 7 memory on top of the Davis. If you have a Digimon without sources, Thomas will be going to 10 memory to start the turn.
Yeah, that is a lot. Yeah, even with the full board stunned, it is a lot of work into you're gonna have to have like perfect security to even survive something like that.
Yeah, and I mean we're a Madoki away from it becoming just closed out.
Yeah,
Korikaku doesn't matter on the stun because they're all already stunned, but you're just preventing you're keeping your opponent at 3 opposed to 7 or opposed to 10. I mean that's it's a 7 memory difference. You know, there's a lot that you can do with 7 memory. You can win the game with 3 hybrids, which is 6 memory. You know.
Yeah, and I think with this Pokemon still out, this is a free Kumamon. So strip the source there. You potentially win right here if you go into Kumamon. Maybe.
Mike Korikaku on top, just a stun. We're going to go Beowulf.
That's fine.
I think it's fine. You can get off the board.
Yeah.
If you're not going to stun it, then just get it off the board.
Yeah, and then it just means you have guaranteed Tamer, and then Boko swing.
Okay, so Matt is super live.
No, Boko can't swing. That's right. It was stunned.
No, none of them can swing. They all got Innocence Blizzard.
Also, for the record, those green flashes are strictly from Thomas's webcam. That is something.
Yeah, I see them as well.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. But yeah, sorry. I'm sorry those are happening. We can't really do anything about it.
And play another mat, so got a full house of Tamers over there.
Yeah, and just being a little bit cautious about I don't want to swing in and give him another Tamer. Like if you swing in and hit a Sorjo, that could potentially give them lethal automatically.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Kevin's not out of it, but we're going to need a couple more Innocence Blizzards to be played. And 2 back-to-back Innocence Blizzards, I just feel like that's not a card that most people really play 4 of. So I feel like we're running thin on Innocence Blizzards, but that's kind of what we need. We got Beowulf. That does help. You could technically trade. Oh, Siakomon.
Yeah. Oh.
No. Oh,
he already got the draw too. So
and already got the draw.
No
so
take
I think
backsies.
that's just gonna steal it. Madoki's here.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You just swing. There's no card in the existence of Digimon that stops you, except for Supreme Cannon, and you swing with your Beowulf first.
No.
I think that's it. But that didn't happen.
No, it sure did not.
But it could have happened. I was going to say there's no card in the game that could save you, but I'm pretty sure Supreme Cannon, if you swing Beowulf and hit Supreme Cannon, you bounce back that whole board.
Breath of the Gods, the one of tech.
Yeah. And then you just go into a hybrid, so it didn't even matter.
Yeah,
but
No, Breath of the Gods, you can't attack players anymore. It's just, you're done.
Oh, no, I meant with the Supreme Cannon, but Breath of the Gods. If you have the one of Breath of the Gods in your blue hybrid, and you get it in security for a game-winning Ultimate Cup Finals win, you know what? Props.
Yeah. So
Props
that
forever.
was. So this is the final game of the final round, making it go to 3 games, getting the distance to this 9 rounds. Both these players definitely want it. One last game for the night on this championship.
This is fast. This is fast. We're 17 minutes, like 16 and a half minutes into the round. These players they're not slowing down,
Not at all. Yeah, Massamon is like barely finishing game 1 here. So like very fast. And that's what happens when
We will very soon figure out who's going to be the Core TCG Ultimate Cup champion.
yeah, and I mean these decks have been more or less the same for like 6 months, right? So when you know how these card interactions work for a long time, it just becomes very, very automatic for a lot of these movements and plays. Again, in chat, tell us who you are supporting. Tell us who you want to win, and let's see who gets that. We'll have put ones in chat for Thomas, twos in chat for Kevin, and we'll see who gets this game 3 of round 9.
This is it. Getting set up here. Half cut. 5 to the bottom. 3 to the bottom.
Let's see, Bowie fan, just a couple of ones.
Couple ones.
All right, Strabimon into Matt. Yeah, Matt is such a good tamer when you're going first.
And it really is. It's even good if you just get put to 1, play for 2. This is a big thing about Matt that a lot of people don't appreciate when deck building is the diversity of play costs and viability of those play costs. So a lot of decks could play 2 drops. A lot of decks play within like 3 drops and 4 drops as their kind of lowest cost usually. And whenever you're playing a 2 cost or lower, it's usually more conditional. Having a 2-drop tamer is a much more viable 2 cost. It can really fill in curves as well as just kind of make it so you can put your opponent at 1 and stuff. So having the 2-drop tamer is a lot more important than just what the effect it does.
Yeah, and they wanted to play this Pokemon to try to like unclump their hand, but now it's just you get almost the value of the map back immediately. And now you're playing Sora-Joe because you know that Boko's here to stay unless they want to swing into your security.
Yeah, if you want to swing into it, they could hit a Davis or something right here that we're going to see. Does hit the Beowulf, okay. So not punished.
Yeah.
Rather rewarded to a degree, but going to swing Boko. And that's a Sora-Joe. I mean, so if that was Bokomon swing, that would be really bad. Because at the moment, it's not terrible because you're not gaining it. But if the Bokomon was still on the board, that would be terrible. That's so much. That's too much memory gain. 5 memory gain this early is just so much. They're gonna play the Sora-Joe, but you can just swing, strip the sources, and then if you have a way to stun it, or you can maybe even play Howling. You don't have to worry about the fact that Howling's memory gain gets blocked by Madoki. You just want it stunned. Swing, tap Sora-Joe, strip the sources. You do get a draw off the Kiaramon. It's gonna hit another Sora-Joe.
Man, they're just hanging out in the security.
So that pretty much doesn't matter right now. And then there's the Howling. So you could have done that originally, but just wanted to go for the security check and it ended up working out because, yes, they got a Sora-Joe. You're both matched on Sora-Joe, but they're not getting any value right now, and you have a much higher chance of getting value because to get rid of that value, you have to get over Madoki. And if you go over Madoki, then the Howling memory boost is live.
Yeah, for sure. And so not a lot of options here, especially with only the 1 memory. So Kumamon for 2.
And Kuma just going to go for 2, going to strip, and now you can bet that Strabi is either getting digivolved or swinging in. In fact, you're probably going to swing in first, and then if it survives, then you can go ahead and digivolve on top of it.
Yeah, and I mean you could have traded the beta with the Strabi, right? I mean it would mean it so they wouldn't have the pressure to swing in or something. But yeah, if this doesn't die, you're in a bad spot this next turn.
They're going to swing here, going to strip the source. It does go down.
Another Beowulf.
Did pop the Howling memory boost to play around if you hit Hammer Spark, because if you hit Hammer Spark, you still have the capabilities to digivolve over. But it does go down, so now you can pass turn with maybe a Tamer. No Rookie and Raising in the moment, which is definitely something that is kind of scary because you do want to keep that aggression going with the rookies. Sora-Joe number 3 coming out is pretty big. So that means if the next security checks is either something that Kumamon survives in or is like a Tommy, then this could be a problem. But Kumamon swings into a Kumamon, so relatively safe. That could have been very game shifting if that turned out to be anything where the Kumamon survived.
Yeah, there have been 5 Sora-Joes played just this game of this match, and so it's really dictating how and what these players play. So swinging in with Strabi, hitting into a Davis. Okay, he does not like that hit.
Hits into a Davis, a Tommy, and a Hammer Spark. So Davis has whiffed like 4 Davises in a row have whiffed.
That's the problem with running these. Like a lot of these blue hybrids are just upping their tamers to like
They
Almost
are
like
playing 14, 15, 16, crazy amounts.
yeah, more than like yellow hybrids are most of the
Oh,
time too.
way more, definitely. It's kind of insane, but it's just one of those things where, hey, if you swing in, you hit a couple tamers, I'm just winning.
Yep, for sure. And Ice Wall, sure. And a Davis would be good. Oh, Tommy for 3.
Okay.
Yeah, if that was a Tommy insecurity though, you'd be so happy.
It would be over.
Yeah, you'd get like 9 memory, but
this is starting to get a little bit scary here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just rethinking this. So what would be the play? Like if you could do it right, I would want to stun that Strabi and then help me get enough memory for this next turn. So another Korikaku on top of it would be nice.
All I know is I feel like you have to put your opponent at 1 memory.
Yeah, and put them at 1. And I mean, if not Ice Wall, like
I mean, you need to get swings is the thing though. You're at 1 security. You're super close to losing the game. You need to get the aggression to go in. Did the Ice Wall got played is active right now? Is that correct? Because you could swing over the Strabi and then put them at
1.
Put them at 1.
Yeah, so that's an option too. I could see like a Korikaku into like Hammer Spark and doing the same thing. But I guess there's sources still. So I mean, you'd have to like swing Korikaku into security and have to live because I don't know. I'm on the line that if that Strabimon doesn't have a source and it stays out and it's kind of stuck there, then you're in a really really good spot.
The lights have gone out.
Yeah, we have again to dictate the time of day just through these matches.
All right. Howling once again put the opponent to 2. Strip and stun the Strabi.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you give 1 turn of memory, Sorojo, triple Sorojo memory gain to Thomas, he most likely just wins the game.
Yeah, exactly. And so obviously not obviously, it's super bright. There's no rookie in raising either. That would be a huge source of extra pressure, but not existing right now. And you would need you'd need like 3 Hammer Sparks to potentially end the game right here.
Right. Okay, so I mean, it's just thinking right here. I mean, there's pretty decent amount of cards in hand. It looks like so. Probably got multiple options, but what are you gonna do here? You got the roommate popping in.
Hey, it's been like 10 hours. Are you still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, bye.
Yeah.
Like
you just had to roommate had to grab his wallet really quick.
Yeah. You said we were getting lunch like 7 hours ago.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Yeah. I'm not waiting for you to get dinner anymore. I'm going.
You said 8 rounds max.
Man, nothing happened.
No.
We're just chilling.
Yep. I mean, again, yeah. If that is stunned. Yep. For people just jumping in, yeah, you can't just swing Strabi and then Digivolve on a tamer.
Yep.
All right, Korikaku for 2.
Okay.
That's on a Tommy, so you can swing with it, and then you can stun the other Korikaku. But then you are totally happy if you're Thomas because you get all that memory. And Innocence Blizzard too. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't know if that's fine. I think that guarantees that we're going to 7 2 we're going to 9 memory.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's yeah, you're right. It's fine if your name is Thomas.
Yes, if you are the player in this match whose name is Thomas, that is quite good for you.
Yeah, you'd need Hammer Spark into just throw the dice to the other side of the room. Like it doesn't.
Here's your memory.
All right, so it's not like it's.
I want a Zulong.
Yeah. Oh,
I
Zulong.
want a Zulong.
I mean, it can't. Oh, Boko for 3. Okay, so he needs those tamers, or those
Okay,
hybrids
there's
rather. So
Kuma.
there's one. Yeah, there's a Kuma and a sure.
Okay, well, we need to go for game here, so we're gonna need probably a Beowulf then.
All right, Beta.
Madoki. Okay, that's good. So we're sitting at 5. So you swing, you bounce it back. You're sitting at 5. You go up to 7 with Howling, so you have enough to go for all the hybrids that you need on top of the tamers. Just can't hit a Hammer Spark unless you have your own Hammer Spark to counteract.
Doing some quick math, slowly.
Quick maths. You already know. I'm going to tell you this. When your opponent
Yeah, there we go.
starts pointing at the board, they know that it's about to go down.
All right, so this has 3 checks by itself. You're gonna need a lot going on here. So yeah, with the pop, yeah, even like an Innocence Blizzard would still keep the swinging going.
Right.
Can't remember if he drew, which is do you ever do that? Like it's just like
I've definitely done that.
Yeah, and you're
3 checks.
You're being streamed too, and you're just like, okay, and that is going to be it.
Thomas got it.
Thomas gets it. 9-0 blue hybrid.
Blue hybrid 9-0.
Thomas
wow.
takes it. And triple viewer points for you guys watching on Twitch right there. But there we go. We have our undefeated champion after 9 whole rounds, 10 plus hours of streaming. We do have Thomas win with that blue hybrid win for us today. So very, very fought, very well fought matches.